the old days, you joined a union and you fought with management. In the new days, you start a company and you bring other people in. So when Michael Dell went public here in Austin, he created 930 millionaires. That's 30 million in the bank. So we have always been taught to give back in this region, whether it's Herb Kelleher from Southwest Airlines giving the McComb School of Business $10 million for the Herb Kelleher Center, whether it's Michael Dell giving millions of dollars for the Dell Medica, whether it's Jim Tressard from National Instrument giving $10 million back to engineering here. We've always been taught that when you do well, you give back. So we were well in that tradition and connecting fish and water, fish love clean water, and then connecting humans and water. So I think that the board, it was a great idea and everybody voted yes.
So my last question for you, because I know we're short on time, what do you hope the future will bring for Glofish now that Yorktown is, the Glofish have moved on from Yorktown to Spectrum? What do you hope the future will bring?
The future of Glofish, I think that smart people purchased Glofish. And if you look at Glofish from a number of angles, this is what you get. First of all, the saltwater corals and the saltwater fish can be saved. I think second of all, if you look at the different types of fish that can be purchased, because at the end of the day, Glofish is the kind of company that entered a market that had been sitting dormant for years. They've been just doing the same thing for 100 years. But can you imagine, for example, a shark in the Glofish tank? Or can you imagine the different kinds of fish and all of the children in the Glofish tank? Can you imagine all of the research that's being done around Glofish? Remember that Glofish, we kind of got Glofish because Rich was in med school and they were watching all of the medications go through the Glofish. It's been utilized in cancer research. So I think they have a great opportunity to continue the great line of Glofish, but make a great contribution to science. Glofish is about science, it's about technology transfer. But can you imagine in the future? Because remember, when everything is written and we look back on who started the biotech commercialization of animals, it would be Alan Blake and Glofish. So I think the future is absolutely wonderful.
That's great. Is there anything that you wish I would have asked you that I didn't get a chance to? Anything else you'd like to share about Glofish or your experience? Do you have a tank at home?
Yes, I have a tank.
You have a tank of Glofish at home?
Do I have a tank at home?
Yeah.
I have a wonderful tank at home. I have a person to come clean it every week. And no, I think that the other story about Glofish is the relationship. So let's start over.
Sure.
I think that one of the great things about Glofish is the relationship between future generations and science. And I think that if you go to Apple, they were introduced to the science through a university. Microsoft, Gates, when they left Harvard, they were introduced to science, at the university. And I like to say that the last century was physics, and this century is bio. So I think that one thing is that the relationship between what the kids are doing, how they're introduced to science at universities, and how the biology, the biochemistry, the biotechnology will enhance jobs and opportunities in the future. So universities really need to look at the relationship between science and job creation. And I think Glofish is an excellent example of that. And of course, the other great thing is Alan never has to work if he chooses not to in his life. And all of the Glofish board did very, very well. And but we're passing along. I think all of us could have retired, but I think we're passing that tradition along.
Is it hard for the board to let go of Glofish?
No, I don't think so, because I think that what the board said was, look, a lot of the board members we're not in our 20s and 30s and 40s, and all of the board members were well-heeled individuals. And I think to me, it was all about Alan and the rest of or it was about Alan and Rich and the founders of Glofish. I think what was hard is the camaraderie. I like the camaraderie with the board and the science, and we had two boards. We had a scientific board, And I think that was hard. But it's like playing sports. You always miss the camaraderie.
Awesome. Okay, one more question. I promise this is the last one.
It's okay.
How would you describe Glofish to somebody who'd never seen them before?
I would describe Glofish as a beautiful, beautiful freshwater fish that looks like a saltwater fish that will enhance the lives of everybody who who looks upon them. So they asked me, do you have a problem with Glofish? What about the science? Is it going to hurt you? I said, the only thing that's going to hurt you is that if you don't like looking at beautiful things. And you glance upon this Glofish, you're not going to say, what an ugly fish. You're going to say, what a gorgeous fish.
Awesome. I think that's a wrap.
Sweet.
You get to go eat lunch.
You didn't ask me to play?
Oh, you want to play on film?
No. How'd I do, homegirl?
Did great.
I know,
Did I
right?
do good?
Yes.
You did.
The question
Fabulous.
is, did I look good?
Oh, yeah.
I
Who
forgot to
cares what you said?
I forgot
Everything
to warn you that
sounded
I
perfect.
can't or talk back to you while you're talking because the
No, I do
microphone
that.
will. Okay.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot. I'm like,
Am I a first take man?
Oh,
you
yeah.
are a
Yes.
first take
That's great.
man.
Very
Huh?
thorough.
Yes.
Beginning, middle, end.
Yes.
Answer the questions.
It's terrific.
Good breaks for, when we need to.
Cut.
Texas are up on you.
You still rolling?
All your
Not for
little
this.
days go to hell on you.
I get it. I totally get it.
No.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
So the
Yes,
office
sir.
is yours.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
you.
much.
The office is yours, and do what you want to do. If you
Okay.
need the third floor,